Alright, the new trailer for Alien, Earth Episode 4 just dropped, and it's absolutely wild. We're talking about a psychic link to the Xenomorphs, a terrifying new experiment, and a synth-child being pushed to make a catastrophic mistake. This episode is setting the stage for something huge, and we're about to break down every single theory. The stage is set. Okay, so before we dive into the wild theories from this new trailer, let's quickly recap where we are. We've hit the halfway point of this intense 8-episode season, and the story is firing on all cylinders. The last episode, Metamorphosis, was a game-changer, revealing just how fragile trust is on this island. It's a world filled with the synths and monsters we know from the Alien franchise, but with a fresh, psychological twist that makes everything feel dangerously unpredictable. Morrow, the rogue scientist, has successfully infiltrated the island and is now a ghost in the machine, whispering commands directly into the synth-child Slightly's head via a hidden chip. This comes right after Slightly endured a brutal interrogation, leaving him vulnerable. Meanwhile, the power couple Dame and Arthur are walking on eggshells around their boss, the calculating Boy Cavalere. He seems dangerously obsessed with the new Xenomorph specimens, treating the synth project they've dedicated their lives to as a secondary concern. And then there's Wendy. After her encounter at the alien crash site, she started hearing things are painful, terrifying frequency that connects her directly to the Xenomorphs. The island has become a pressure cooker of secret manipulation and bioweapons. This trailer for Episode 4, Observation, shows us that it's all about to boil over. Theory number 1. Morrow's twisted puppet show. Alright, let's kick things off with what is easily one of the most chilling plot lines. Morrow's twisted manipulation of Slightly. This poor synth-child just survived what was basically a high-tech interrogation by Boy Cavalere's unsettling butler, Adam Ein. Just when he thinks the nightmare is over, he starts hearing a voice in his head. Talk about psychological torture. Morrow isn't just a voice, though. He's a parasite, slowly and methodically getting under Slightly's skin. The trailer makes it clear that Morrow's plan is far more insidious than just barking orders. He's playing the long game. He sees Slightly for what he is, a child, curious and vulnerable. The goal? To turn him into an inside agent. Morrow wants Slightly to steal a Xenomorph egg for him, and he's using pure psychological warfare to achieve it. How does he pull it off? By planting seeds of doubt and rebellion. Morrow has the ultimate leverage. The truth. He knows Boy Cavalere essentially bought these kids, that they are nothing more than puppets for a corporation called Prodigy. They see him jeopardizing years of work for a dangerous new hobby. The previous episode gave us a huge hint. We saw them discussing a plan to damage one of their own synths to sabotage Boy's mission at the crash site. When Boy overheard them, the tension was thick enough to cut with a knife. Dame quickly deflected, but the look she gave Arthur after Boy left was pure fury. She wasn't mad at the plan. She was mad he almost got them caught. This tells us they have something much bigger in the works. The trailer for Observation doubles down on this. We hear them talking about an escape plan, asking what happens if this whole thing goes to hell. Are they just worried about the Xenomorphs, or is their larger plan about to blow up in their faces? Here's the emotional core of it all. They couldn't have children of their own. They see these synth kids as their legacy, maybe even as their own kids. They're not just protecting a project anymore. They're protecting a family from a man who sees them as disposable test subjects. Their rebellion isn't just professional, it's personal. Theory number 3. Wendy's terrifying connection. Okay, now let's talk about the biggest mystery of the season, Wendy. The episode is called Observation, and you can bet every camera and every scientist is pointed directly at her. After her encounter at the crash site, she developed a terrifying new ability, a direct psychic link to the Xenomorph. In the trailer, we see her describing it to Adam, saying she heard them screaming until it became so overwhelming she passed out. This isn't just a random signal, this is communication. So, how is this possible? There are two big theories on the table. The first one goes back to that test Arthur ran on her earlier in the series, which revealed her senses can perceive frequencies far beyond human limits, up to 75,000 Hz. What if this wasn't just a random upgrade? What if she was specifically designed, perhaps without her creators even realizing the full implication, to be a receiver for the Xenomorph's psychic wavelength? The second theory is a bit more chilling. It suggests that when Wendy killed that Xenomorph in isolation, something was transferred to her in its dying moments, a psychic imprint, a curse, a connection. Whatever the cause, this changes everything. After years of seeing Xenomorphs talk in parodies like Robot Chicken, we might finally get to hear what they're trying to say in the official canon. The question is it a warning, a threat, or something else entirely? Wendy is in a race to figure it out before Boy Cavalere decides to turn his new alien translator into a weapon. Theory number 4, the lungburster experiment. And finally, let's get to the most bizarre and frankly disturbing plot point teased in the trailer, the experiment with Joe's lung. Under Boy's direct orders, Kirsch placed a xenomorph embryo inside a single, disembodied human lung, which is now incubating in a glass case. The trailer gives us a terrifying glimpse of what's next, a new kind of xenomorph bursting out of it, right in front of Wendy's face. This is not your standard chest burst. This raises a fascinating and horrifying question. What kind of xenomorph grows from just one organ? We know from across the franchise that a xenomorph takes on traits from its host. We've seen them born from humans, predators, and engineers, each with unique features. But this one, it's feeding only on the nutrients from a lung. Will it be smaller, weaker, or will it have some kind of unique respiratory ability, making it even more terrifying? The team at Prodigy is likely using this as a controlled experiment. By removing the lung from a full human host, they can study the xenomorph's growth cycle in an isolated environment. It's a cold, calculated scientific move, but it's also incredibly reckless. They're creating a total unknown. This lungburster is a biological wildcard. Its birth will not only be a moment of pure body horror, but could also reveal new, terrifying secrets about the xenomorph life cycle that nobody was prepared for. The verdict: an island on the brink. So, what does this all mean for Episode 4 and the rest of the season? Observation is poised to be the episode where all these simmering pots finally boil over. The series is masterfully weaving together multiple threads of suspense, and it's still completely unclear what the big, final twist will be. Will Boy Cavalere succeed in turning the xenomorphs into the ultimate biological weapon? Or will his own arrogance lead to him being consumed by his creations on his own damn island? The most fascinating part of this whole puzzle is how unpredictable it is. The story of Wendy's psychic connection is entirely new ground for the alien universe, suggesting that Weyland Utanor, in this case, Prodigy, might be using this island as a massive petri dish to test the xenomorphs in ways we've never seen before. It's not just about weapons, it's about communication, control, and maybe even evolution. Everything is hanging in the balance. Morrow's manipulation of Slightly could trigger a disaster at any moment. Dame and Arthur's secret plan could backfire spectacularly, and Wendy is a ticking time bomb of psychic energy. We are truly in uncharted territory here. What do you guys think the xenomorphs are trying to tell Wendy, and what kind of monster will that lungburster turn out to be? Let me know your wildest theories down in the comments below.